guys, it's Brandon.
And this is Sabrina, and welcome to the Someone Call BS podcast, where we discuss navigating marriage, entrepreneurship, and owning our own businesses while also trying to do this thing called life together. Thanks for joining us here and listening to our literal BS.
Oh, you're gonna need to edit that out.
Ugh, come on.
Trick two. Is there a trick to make it run a lot better, but for the cheaper?
Seriously, don't say it like that.
Let's get it.
Hi, guys. Welcome back. Wait, hold on.
Get my fit right.
Sorry, we are not professionals. Okay. So as you can see, our podcasting equipment, if you are watching, is not up and running yet. And Brandon has made us relocate to a different place in our home.
Yeah.
But apparently we can't sit on the floor because his back was hurting. So now we're on the couch. Hopefully, maybe if you guys like this, then it'll give me a good excuse and I can kind of create a studio for us, like a recording
For
studio.
fuck's sake.
That would be fun. So, anyway, so we're back.
Some more money.
Episode 2. Thanks for joining us. How has your week been?
Yeah, how are you gonna have episode 2 when you've got the same thing written?
I haven't washed my hands. Sorry. It's actually like really permanent. So.
I see.
Still permanent. I went to the Taylor Swift movie premiere thing. And I went with some friends, and then I took my niece and her friend to the premiere. And so obviously we had to get 13 tattoos because we're
idiots.
Taylor Swift besties.
Yeah. Sure.
So I just haven't washed it off. It's, permanently affixed to my hand. But yeah, that was pretty fun.
Was it?
Yeah. It's too bad you couldn't come. You were at work.
Oh, the movie thing. Yeah. No, I was at work.
Yeah, the movie thing.
I thought you were talking about the podcast. I was like, oh, was the first one fun? I don't know.
Wow.
But yes, no, I was at work.
Yeah. So we are back with episode 2 for you. I'm drinking this wine that, yes, I have ice in my wine, and I don't care what you think. But it's from William Chris Vineyards, which is like one of my favorite vineyards, but this wine is very strong. It's like 20% alcohol. It's called Cibola.
Okay.
And it's like their sweet wine, which usually I don't do sweet wines, but it was like one of their only ones. So we bought a bottle of it.
I remember my first drink, 19%.
Anyway.
This is Stag.
So I thought today,
66% with a cinnamon stick.
because it's fall. And Brandon's a basic bitch. But I thought today we could do more of we can start with the question that we left off with last time, which was what motivates you to keep going?
So what motivates us on the day-to-day? What motivates us?
As business owners or as a married couple?
Both, I guess.
Okay. Well, I'll let you answer first.
No, you answer first.
Well, what keeps me going is what motivates me as a business owner / entrepreneur / also employee of a wealth management firm is the fact that I think that eventually all of this will pay off and I will have more time to dedicate to things that I love to do. Because life is already filled with a bunch of crap, that it would be nice to just have the luxury of time, which is something that we don't really have right now. I mean, we're not tied down by, what am I trying to say?
I don't know. I think she's drunk, honestly. She's gone.
I'm not drunk. I have
that
not
19% hitting, boy.
Woo! No, we're not tied down. I'm not tied down by my employer's requirements of time. So in that essence, I do have the luxury of creating my own schedule, I guess, in a way. But right now, it's all dedicated to work.
We're just busy
and-
as shit.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Peop-
it's a busy time. Like,
I feel like people don't understand or like, and if you have kids, yes, I can understand. Like, you're busy with all the kid activities and everything. And I think that people that have kids from an outsider's perspective probably look at us and think like, there's no way that they're as busy. Like, they don't have kids, they don't have like those responsibilities, but you fill your time regardless with like a lot of crap.
well,
So
to that point, I mean, one of the reasons we chose not to have kids was because we knew we wanted to go down the path of being entrepreneurs. Because see, it's not just F-bomb that we do and her sorry.
oh, she almost broke
Her-
my face.
It's not just her COO position and F-bomb. She also has her own LLC. She does her own thing. We're doing, now we're adding to the plate with this podcast stuff. I've got to manage the social media for now. And then two, we're thinking about doing, we're going to do it. Like, I've already made my mind up. We're going to start doing Amazon FBA too, which is not drop shipping. That's private label. So it's like where we make our own brand on Amazon, and we start doing that as well.
Yeah, we won't get into the
We won't get into that, but like, yeah, you put all that on a plate, like your day is full at that point, So we knew that with a little baby child, they require so much of your time. We literally could not give that to a child currently. Like, if we currently had a kid, we couldn't give them the time that they deserve, from a parent, and that wouldn't be fair. So
yeah.
We're much better at being like the funkle and the cool aunt that has cool shit.
What's the female version of that? Funkle and what?
I just know I'm the funkle.
The fun uncle?
Yeah, fun uncle. I don't know what you are.
I'm the cool aunt, but there's got to be a better word for that.
I don't know.
If you know
Probably.
a better word for that, let me know, because I deserve a word. I feel like I'm like the best aunt.
Oh, for sure.
I'm like a cool sister, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, back to my motivation is like the luxury of time. Having the time to dedicate to my niece and my nephew and my husband if I want to, and like my friends, and like have
Good one, bro.
Have the luxury of time to travel. I really enjoy traveling. I think we used to travel more frequently before we kind of got really busy owning the business and everything, but that's something that I really miss, is just traveling. I want to go to Italy really bad. So hopefully we can make that happen soon, right?
Yeah, you put like buying the world's most expensive pool and shit like that. Yeah, probably.
Anyway, what's your motivation?
She brushed that one off quick. Anyway. Yeah, so I would say I have that motivation too. Like, obviously, my idea is sacrifice now because I can, because it doesn't bother me to get up early. It doesn't bother me to go to sleep late. But eventually my years are going to catch up to me, and that's going to be a problem for me. So I would rather sacrifice now where that type of stuff does not bother me, and put the time in I know that I can, and I know that's necessary to grow and scale and keep our F-bomb trending up, and then dedicate time out of the day once we kick this Amazon thing off, dedicate the best I can to that. So eventually the goal is, as being an entrepreneur, I think every entrepreneur probably sets out for A, financial freedom, B, the freedom to be able to kind of work when you want to, make your own schedule type thing. And then for me, C, it's kind of a touchy subject in today's society, but things, that's what motivates me. Stuff and things. I mean,
he likes stuff.
If you guys, have a problem with that, that's okay. Like, that's why it's America, right? You can have difference of opinions. I know some people are like, hey, be happy with what you have, which I am. I saw a really cool TikTok the other day from a guy that I follow in Dallas. His name's Brett Tibbetts, I think is how you pronounce his last name. He owns a bunch of storage units. And he was like, yeah, man, I'm motivated by stuff, and I'm not afraid to come out and say that. And I mean, I'm not either. I am motivated by stuff and things, mainly vehicles. Like, if you know me, I have a lot of them. That's like that's my jam. Like, that's my hobby, my passion. Like, and it does benefit me and the business because, you can utilize your vehicles as a write-off, especially with the automotive business. So a lot of upgrades and things that I do.
You can utilize like spa gift cards too if you bought your employee spa gift cards.
Wow. I believe we're going on a nice Thanksgiving trip to Montana for Friendsgiving. That's going to be a business write-off because we're taking the team. So
I'm just reminding you.
I know. But yeah, I'm motivated by stuff and by things. So
yeah.
Might sound terrible, but yeah, I am. I think it's because I did come from a lower income. So now we're doing all right. Like, we're not rich or anything like that, like everybody thinks, but we're doing okay,
People just think that because he posts all of his stuff. But
yeah, people think I'm flexing all the time, which I'm just not. It's just like, I like to post my stuff, because when you have a history of posting your stuff, should we ever be questioned like, well, how is that a tax write-off? Like, what do you mean? All my stuff is branded F-bomb. Like, if you look at my 24 Denali, like, everything's got F-bombs all over it. It's a literal driving billboard. My wagon, driving billboard. And then plus, whenever you're out and people see your vehicle, when you own an automotive business, they see your vehicle and they're like, damn, who built that for you, bro? It's like, me? I did. So if you want this, I know exactly the recipe of what you need to achieve this. So here's my business card. Come see me. I got you.
I just noticed your glasses are orange.
Yeah. Straight up, these are the Max Verstappen blenders, so.
We do have F1 next weekend. That's
yeah, boy.
exciting.
Coda. We're really big F1 fans. Thanks to Netflix, we became bandwagon fans off the series. But now, I mean, I'm hardcore. Like, every single practice, if it's 3 a.m., 2 a.m., doesn't matter. I set my alarm.
It's
you
true.
can ask her. I get up. I tell her, like, hey, I'm going to the shop. I'll watch practice at the shop, and I'll work. I'll do invoices, estimates, whatever. Look at our numbers, whatever I need to do, and watch practice. So we're really big fans of that. So yeah, these are the MV1s, Max Verstappen, which shout out to my boy. He's world champion.
You're
again.
Basically Max Verstappen. Like, if y'all have watched the Netflix series, so I think last season he didn't want to participate in it, but
yeah, he was barely on there.
Seasons before, like, if you know Max Verstappen's personality, that's basically Brandon.
Straight up.
So
basically,
I like Danny Rick. I mean, Max Verstappen is like cool, but I like Danny Rick.
I mean, we are Team Red Bull, even though she has a Mercedes now.
I do like Lewis Hamilton, though. I think that he's a very kind person. I think that he's very kind.
I think outside of the track, he's a good person, and I think he's a big whiny baby.
Well,
he's just not used to getting that ass whooped by energy drink company.
Well, anyway.
But anyway, that's off the subject. But yeah, motivated by stuff. So I not that I don't appreciate what I have, because I do. She can tell you, I have an obsession with the stuff that we have. Like this pool that we just got done. We had our team over, and I had a shit fit. I said, "Don't let the dogs out," because they had just done the
cool coat,
the Coolcrete coating, And
It's
I
like
was
a
like,
is it like
I don't know,
polyurethane?
some polymer blend. It's the concrete doesn't get hot when you walk on it.
But it's kind of
Because
soft.
she poured the mecca of concrete, doubled our budget on concrete. It was sick. But so we poured it all with this Coolcrete so you could walk around barefoot and not like scald your feet, because we've been to a lot of resorts where they don't have that. And it's a dangerous game trying to go from your seat to the churro cart at 4 p.m. in Cabo at LeBlanc. I can tell you that from experience. So I didn't want that with our pool. We sprayed it with Coolcrete. I'm real big. Like I have zero problem spending any amount of money to achieve what I want.
You have no problem paying
Yeah.
for
So
quality.
yes, I have no problem paying for quality. So what happened is, paid for this Coolcrete. Our employees were over. They're like, "Let the dogs out! Let the dogs out!" I was like, "Oh, it's gonna be the worst day in your life if we do that." And
He had
so,
a
of
full
course,
blown melt. I went
we
and
let
the
the dogs out. We went ahead and destroyed the Coolcrete. Just
We
totaled our
didn't.
patio.
No, but he literally was such a fun sucker. Like he had this full blown meltdown because Aria, our mastiff, who's like 140 pounds, like was running. And so while she was like running and gaining traction, she like dug her claws into the Coolcrete. And apparently it like nicked the Coolcrete.
Absolutely.
Which, whatever.
So
it's fine.
I do appreciate my stuff, because I came from a lower income status where I didn't have stuff. So now that I can buy stuff, I like to take very good care of it. So yeah, I'm motivated by stuff, and I take care of my stuff, and I have nice stuff. So when you see me out, you're going to see me in something fly. It's going to be cool. And whether it's her car, my car, race truck, street truck, don't matter. My wagon, doesn't matter. It's going to be cool as shit.
We got it.
So that's just me, my stuff.
Well,
and I want a McLaren 765 LT Napier Green.
Stay tuned for that, maybe one day. But so to wrap up the podcast today and our YouTube, we are going to answer some marriage questions because I figured, people want to get to know us as a married couple.
Dumb, bro.
So I brought some questions. I bought these little cards, which was to help us reconnect because I feel like with our busy lives, we sometimes go like a few weeks without really talking. And I know that sounds crazy. I mean, we'll like talk to each other, but it's not like deep conversation. It's just like, hey, how was your day? It was fine. I'm exhausted. Then we watch a TV show and go to bed. But I bought these card games like 2 months ago, trying to get us to like have a little date night, but we just haven't. Well, we've had a date night, but we haven't played the game. So I just brought 2 to our podcast today. I didn't really read them, so I just went and grabbed them. So I'll ask you the question and then we can both answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So let's see. I have 4 different ones to choose from. Okay, let's start with this one. What is something that you love about your partner? You go first. What's something,
bro?
What's something you love about me?
I mean, what's not to love?
That's
your answer?
Yeah. I need some like something tangible.
Well, obviously I feel like I'm married outside of my capabilities for being a solid 6.5.
Are you serious?
So she's, obviously quite attractive. So I love that about her. And then, well, I mean,
that's what you have to say?
Well, no, you not my only thing, but I'm saying you asked what I love, so that's something I love. I think probably the biggest thing I love about her is she's just a very kind person. Like she has the biggest heart, even though like probably there's a very small number of people have been able to see that side of her. I have. obviously because of my husband, but her heart is huge. She is always worried about, like, she puts herself at the very bottom of the pecking order on who she's worried about. So she will worry about like everybody else, family, friends, me, the dogs, the goats, like everybody else in the household. And then Sabrina's at the bottom of the pecking order. So I would say if I had to love something the most, it's how big your heart is, because it really doesn't matter what it is. She's taking care of everybody else, everything else, and then whatever's left over for her, it's just what she gets, and she just kind of deals with that. So I think that's a very admirable trait. Yeah, and I love that about you.
Thanks, honey. That is very sweet. That's actually what I was going to say about you.
Oh, shit. Well, I already took that answer, pal.
No, but I
already
think
took that answer.
What I immediately thought of was like,
no.
Well, let me explain.
Okay.
It's different.
Okay.
But I'll
So
add to it.
she's not gonna say that she married up. Obviously, she married down to a 6.5.
No, I didn't. I did not ever. I've never said that, and I will never say that. But what I love most about you is that I think that a lot of people have this misconception that you're like an asshole because you come across as an asshole. Like you're wearing sunglasses on our video right now, which is an asshole thing to do. But
Coach Prime does it. Beto does it.
Anyway,
from
don't
On
interrupt
the Gas.
me. Okay. You also interrupt me all the time, which is an asshole thing to do. But back to what I love about you.
Okay.
Which a lot of people don't really get to see, but you are a very kind person. Like the other day, we were out eating lunch together, and he like paid for someone's meal without like any recognition, anything that like any outside recognition at all. He just did it because he genuinely wanted to. And those are things that a lot of y'all don't ever get to see. But
I knew the person. But,
well, yes, yeah. But I mean, still, it's a kind gesture. Even like, I love that you save turtles from the middle of the road.
Oh, like, if I see a turtle trying to cross the road and I'm test driving a customer's vehicle, pulling that shit over, that turtle's getting rescued. I mean, shit, one of the cats we have here, one of the 52 animals we have in this house, I rescued out of the middle of the street in Lavernia.
Yeah.
Thing was about to get smoked.
He was a tiny little bit, like maybe the size of your palm. He was like tiny, and he was so evil.
Bit the shit out. Picked it up out of the road, literally had it, was carrying it back to the truck, bit me. So I flung it into my truck, and then it was lost in there. When I got home, it had nestled down under the seat.
Oh, so. My little Finny. Yeah. He's a sweetie now, though. But
and today,
that's what I love about you, is that you are just genuinely a very kind soul.
I didn't even tell you
what
I did today.
What happened?
I had like 52,000 things to do today, and it was actually a little bit slower pace for me than it normally is. So I actually got to work on my stuff, which never happens because I put my stuff to like the back marker. That's why my wagon still isn't running, because it's like fix customers' vehicles or put my wagon together. Obviously, I'm going to choose the customer every single time. But there was in the community chat this week, this lady that said her kid was having a 12-year-old. He was turning 12. It was his birthday party. He was a big motorhead, and she just really wanted vehicles to come by and drive through their neighborhood, honk, let him take pictures. And I had reached out and I said, yeah, I mean, I kind of got a lot of crap going on, but I got you. So unfortunately, because of like scheduling and this, that, and the third, like I wasn't able to get as many vehicles as I wanted to come through. But still, before I came home, grabbed a cap, grabbed a t-shirt, some koozies, some F-bomb gear, drove down, went through the dude's neighborhood, hopped out, gave him the gear. Happy birthday, Clayton. What's up, dude? He took some pictures with the truck, got in the truck, took 15 minutes out of my day. 15 minutes out of my day to maybe maybe that kid remembers that for the rest of his life. Who knows? Just stuff that you can do. It didn't cost me anything. It cost me a t-shirt and a cap. Like, big whoop, man. Not a big deal to like spend that to invest into a kid that maybe his spark was just lit right there, and maybe he goes into the automotive field and is a rock star. Who knows? Maybe down the line he works for us. I don't know. But yeah, it took me really nothing but time out of my day to make that kid's day. He was super happy. So yeah, I mean,
that's what I love about you.
I do try to do stuff like that within our community as much as possible, because I was once that kid that looked at people's cars and was like, oh, if I could just have that car one day. I always used to do that whenever I was a kid. When we would be driving around, I would look at people's houses and I was like, how? How is it that...
I mean, I still do that.
People afford that house and they have new vehicles. Like, how? I didn't get it. And now I have like 7 vehicles, and like most of them don't run because that's just what I do. Buy shit and I take it apart.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did that today. That was cool. Before I got home.
That's really nice of you. Yeah, I do love that about you. I think that, like, you don't lose anything by doing those things, but you often do go out of your way as far as like time that you have, which you don't have a lot of. So I think that that's really something special, and you're a very kind person.
Thanks, honey.
I do love that about you.
Also, I'm a stud.
Clearly.
You can tell by these glasses.
Yeah. If y'all aren't watching on YouTube, then you should.
And this drip.
Clearly. All right. Question number 2. We'll do one more question and then we'll end this episode. Let's see. Oh, I would love to hear your answer to this.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
How can we make time for just the 2 of us this week?
Like this coming week?
Yeah.
Done. We're going to F1.
Oh, I forgot.
So that's easy. We're leaving Thursday?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Done dealy. I'm like, I already told the team, like, hey, I scheduled light, so don't bother me because this is my shit. They might need me. Max Verstappen might need me to jump in on his team. And he's already wrapped up the championship. He might even want me to drive. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, so we'll have...
They might want me to drive. I'm a far better driver. Clearly.
Nope.
I can back that up if we were in a driving test or something. So, by the time y'all hear this one, we will have gone to F1. So, hopefully, we'll have some cool stuff to report back on.
Yeah. And that's how I'm making time. Taking a whole 4-day stint off. F1.
Are we going to go eat at some good places?
Oh, for sure. I don't need it. Low buck establishments.
Well, me either, but you did take me to one the other night, so.
I didn't know. I went off reviews. I tried.
You did try. That'll be a story for another time.
Okay.
But, yeah. Well.
No, what about your answer?
What?
You got to answer the question, too. Well, how are you planning to make time?
F1. You'll receive payment, I'm sure. That's what we call it around here. Payment. Because apparently I don't do well in the department of favors done for my husband. So.
Well, we're short time. So that's what happens when you're a busy couple. So when you're a busy couple, you just don't have time to get it in, like they say on the Jersey Shore. You just don't have that fucking luxury because
I'm tired. Okay.
Yeah. She's tired, and by the time I get home, I'm wiped out too. So few and far between, but that's, as an entrepreneur, that's why you are working, striving towards getting that financial freedom, getting that time to make your own schedule more or less. Yeah. So
we'll be back. We'll report back on F1 and payment and all of the good stuff.
Yep.
Thanks for listening and or watching.
Thanks for tuning in with us. Please like, comment, and subscribe with us on YouTube and listen to us on Spotify and wherever else you stream podcasts. Email us for topics and conversations that you'd like to hear next at info@someonecallbs.com.